Swayam Prabha. Digital India. Educated India.
Today I am going to sensitize you people on the topic development of drought stress detection technique on wheat crop using image processing. This is very novel topic. Most of the research that is done till date is on rice crop. But wheat is equally very much important for all of you because it is the most staple food that is consumed highly throughout the globe. Not only predominantly in India, but throughout the globe it is consumed highly. So protection of this crop and identification of the stress levels in the crop is very important for all of you. I wanted to sensitize you people what kind of stresses we have in the environment. We have two kinds of stresses. One is biotic stress, another is abiotic stress. Biotic stress, it is a kind of stress that is incorporated due to biological factors, likewise fungus, algae and bacteria. Abiotic stress, it is a kind of stress that is inculcated due to non-living factors like heat, water, drought. To analyze these kind of stresses, we have various non-destructive and destructive measures. Whatever I have seen in my researches, whatever is going on in the society is destructive manner. That is not cost effective. We have to break the crop. We have to tear each and every component of the crop. We have to microbiologically check the crop. Why not to propose very effective solutions? For that we need not to touch anything. With the single click, we'll be able to get the stress level of the crop. We'll be able to detect what kind of stress our crop is undergone. So for that we are proposing very cost effective solution, that is drought stress detection technique in the wheat crop using image processing. For this, what I have utilized Rajasthan wheat variety, that is Raj 3765, which is resistant to heat, but it is not resistant to drought. To make it resistant to drought, I need to emerge the presence of drought in that crop. What I did, I took trials for the 120 days, and for that, starting from the germination stage to the post-harvesting stage, I have analyzed the entire cycle. With the research, with the analysis of the literature till date from past decade, what insights that has been drawn is most of the research is done on post-harvesting stage. So that once the crop is lost, you won't be able to retain that information again. You won't be able to retain that destructions. Why not to have early alarming system that can detect drought or presence of water or absence of water in the early stages? If I talk about drought, we have wheat life cycle. If starting from the germination stage, when the seed is inside the ground, once it is around 10 to 15 days, the first leaf that is emerging outside the ground is called cleoptile. Presence of that leaf will tell how healthy your crop would be going to be there in the class. So next step for that is you have to irrigate at that time. Once you do the irrigation, second step is enhancement of the root architecture, how fibrous roots are there, how much seminal roots are there. So once your root architecture is developed, that is the second stage when second irrigation need to be predominantly required. That is called crown root initiation stage. Then your stem elongation stage, your plant comes out of the crop and your leaves started protruding out of the stems. When the leaves started protruding out of the stems, you enter to the next stage, that is your booting stage, connection between various stems. Once connections between the various stems established, then comes another stage, that is your reproduction stage, when the wheat kernels started to be amalgamating with the help of pollination. Once wheat kernels are amalgamating, next process is hardening of wheat kernels. That is called post-harvesting stage. If I talk about wheat, it is very important. Irrigation is not important. Timing is more important. When we are going to irrigate our crop, that timing is very important. If I talk about rice require ample of water throughout the growth life cycle. But in case of wheat, it is very important that you should examine the exact time when the watering is important. 3 irrigations are very important in case of wheat. First, during the crown initiation stage, when the root is developing, when the root is getting fibrous. Once the root is getting fibrous, excess of nutrients are extracted from the soil so that our stem become healthy and the leaf elongation stage would go very well. Next, when I need irrigation is during the vegetative stage, when our plant is getting greener and greener and greener. From the vegetative stage, when we enter to reproductive stage, when the kernels are emerging, when we are starting the reproduction process, then irrigation is important. So there are mainly three timings when the irrigation is important. One is crown root initiation stage, when our roots are getting fibrous. Second is when our stems are getting elongated, when we are getting booted to the different stems. And third is to the reproduction stage. During this stage, we are not reaching to harvest crop. Most of the research that is done till date is on post-harvest stage. So we need to understand, we don't want our crop should be destroyed, not even for the once. So what we want, that our crop should be saved at the early stages. For that, we are doing research on vegetative stage and reproductive stage. The algorithm that I have proposed is using very novel modality, that is chlorophyll fluorescence image modality. We have ample of images, we have ample of technologies by which we can detect drought, like hyperspectral images, thermal images, and visual images, but the most cost-effective technology is chlorophyll fluorescence analysis. Chlorophyll is the only component that will tell the content, the extent of chlorophyll fluorescence present in the plant. And what I talk about, what is fluorescence? It is a signal that is re-emitted whenever photosynthesis occurs. When the plant is healthy, the amount of fluorescence would be less. If the plant is unhealthy, the amount of fluorescence will be more, because it will not be consumed in photosynthesis process. So I have analyzed this basic signal with the help of images. That images are chlorophyll fluorescence images. I have extracted very basic features with the help of image processing and machine learning. If I start with the image processing pipeline, I have pre-processed my images, means that I have cleaned my images so that background noises will be removed, and extracted key features with the help of novel segmentation algorithm, which is an hybridized algorithm, conventional algorithm and new equation based algorithm. That algorithm is called CFIT k-means algorithm, that is used to extract exact region of interest from my wheat crop. Once that region of interest has been extracted, I have processed that database for feature engineering. If I talk about feature engineering, we have an image. From that, I need to identify key features that are identifiable enough to tell whether my image is in drought or it is not in drought. We have 4 key features extracted. First is GLCM features, that are called gray level co-occurrence matrix features. I have extracted 23 features, count of 23 features that will tell how homogeneous my crop is, how green my crop is, what is the texture of my crop. The variation in the texture of the crop comes when it is in drought or when it is not in the drought. Second is color features. It has been prevalent that most of the drought images are higher on the end of green magenta pixels, and most of the non-drought crops are higher in the end of blue yellow pixels. So the variation in the color domain would signify very apparently that whether the image is in drought, whether it is not in drought. Third kind of feature is morphological features, that is change in the crop architecture. There are 2 morphological features that I have taken into my research. First is branch length, the length of the branch, and branch angle. It has been observed that more and more plant enter into the severity of the drought, the branch angle started decreasing and branch length also started decreasing. We have also identified top 50 landmark features starting from the center of the wheat canopy. Most of the research it is done till date is on the kernel level. We are working on entire canopy, entire structure of the crop. The images are taken from the top view, and all these images that are taken is from chlorophyll fluorescence image data set. That is the novelty of the work, that fluorescence images are very rarely used and you will not be getting any publicly available dataset on the same domain. Most of the datasets that are available till date are on hyperspectral images, which are really difficult to process, require highly complex algorithms. So this is a very novel algorithm which is able to produce the baseline accuracy of 91.16 with the conventional machine learning algorithm and the proposal that I have suggested, that is a meta classifier in which we have amalgamated various machine learning algorithms, that is random forest, naive Bayes, and SVM. In the collaboration with these algorithms, we are able to achieve the accuracy of 95.8. if I talk about practicality of this algorithm is, I wanted to extend this algorithm so that with the single click, with the single image, the farmer click the image of the farm, any crop of the farm from the top view, he'll be able to get current water status, whether he is depreciating in the irrigation or he is over exceeding with the irrigation. He won't lead to either waterlogging or water deficit. So it will be fruitful enough to get efficient water resources as our water beds are diminishing day by day. And this algorithm would be fruitful to research community because research is not predominantly for rice, it is also for wheat as it is a staple crop. To conclude my research, that is on wheat phenomics, and the algorithm that I have proposed, that is a utility of wheat phenomics, that is interaction of the plant with the environment. This algorithm is very cost effective and can be utilized by various research communities. With the help of this image processing algorithm, amalgamation with machine learning, various students can have benefit with very cost effective algorithms. Apart from that, all the horizon of various farmer community that can also utilize when this algorithm would be further extended with the help of app and commercialized to the local community as well. Thank you.